In this tutorial, I will take you step by step through the requirements for MUS8A project number 1. I've got the classical file open here, and I want to change the view slightly so I can begin adding absolute markers. I want to show the markers ruler, and currently my scrolling method is none, so I'm going to change that to continuous. I'm also going to make sure my tab to transients button is enabled so that I can put the markers right at the beginning of a transient. Let's hear a little bit of this. Okay, I'd like to use the beginning of the second phrase. So I'll put a marker there using tab to transients, and I'll open up my memory locations, same as marker window, and I can add a memory location this way. And I'll name it something memorable. Make sure it's an absolute marker. Click OK. I could also add markers using the Enter key on the numeric keypad, so I'll do one in that fashion. I think I'll use that sighing motive. So I'll go here, hit the Enter key, and I'll give it a memorable name. And now I have a marker there. So I can easily jump to those spots when I begin to remove subset clips. Now I'm ready to remove some subset clips from my whole file clip. A couple settings I want to check before I begin. Make sure tab to transients is enabled. And I also want to set loop playback, so when I highlight a section I can have it loop and hear if it sounds good beginning to end. So I'm going to hold down the control key, hit the play button for loop playback, and I'll work on this section right here. So I'll click the marker that gets me to the beginning of this section. Let's listen. And I want to clip just that much. So again, I'll click on the marker that puts the cursor at the beginning. I'll hold down the shift key and hit tab. And I'll play it back, see if it loops okay. Sounds good. I can go to edit, separate clip, and separate at selection. That works okay, but there's an even faster way that we're going to use. So I'll undo this, and if I go to the grabber tool and click and hold on it, I can choose the separation grabber. Now when I drag something, it'll automatically clip it from the parent clip. Click, hold, and drag, and I've just cut out that new section. You should also rename these new clips so when you go to looking for them later you can find them. So I'll give this a memorable name. I'll double click it. And my clip now has a new name and I can find it easily later. Next, we will arrange our subset clips in the track final to create a new composition. First off, we want to mute the track original and selections, and we want to go into shuffle mode so that when we drag each clip in, it snaps to the ending of the previous one. Maybe I'll start with the opening motive. And how about the soft sighing motive? And let's hear the loud ending. I can preview a clip by holding down the Option key and clicking on its name. That can help me remember it. Drag that in maybe. And the soft sigh. And let's say I wanted to put something different between this loud motive and the soft sigh, like the opening motive again. You can drag it in between, and in shuffle mode it'll push the two aside. So let's see what we have. Okay, and if you don't like something, just click using the grabber tool and delete it, and the other file will snap right to it. Finally, we'll put musically appropriate crossfades at the splice point between each of our subset clips. This will make the transition smoother and get rid of any unwanted pops or clicks. I could go in and put a crossfade on each one of these seams, but that would take a while. It's much faster to put fades on all of them at once and then adjust them to make each one sound correct. So I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to select all the subset clips, and I'm going to hit Apple F, and it will automatically do what's called batch fades. It'll put a short crossfade on every single seam. Press OK, and I'll zoom in. There's a fade there at the beginning. I'll make sure my tab to transient button is off, so when I tab it goes to the beginning and ending of each clip, and you'll see there's fades now in every transition. Okay, let's hear this. We might want to adjust some of these fades. Some might be good. Okay, they sound pretty good. The one here into the opening motive sounds a little bit bumpy. So I'm going to zoom in on that one. And we can use the trimmer tool and actually trim the fade. So I can make it go farther into this, and we'll have a little bit more of the underlying audio from the previous clip. That might make it sound better. Let's see. That's even bumpier. Let's try the other way. Zoom in. And go to the other side and fade out. Let's try that. Okay, that seems a little more musically appropriate. So you'll want to go through. Some of the fades might be okay, some of them might need some adjustment. Here's my finished project 1. It's a reduced version. Yours will have more subset clips and more crossfades, but I think you'll get the idea. Here it is.